If you've been working in occupational health and safety for a few years, you've probably hit a wall. Outdated or hyper-local safety certifications are great for getting you onto a job site, but they create a hard mid-management ceiling. To move into the executive levels and secure true global mobility, you have to upgrade. Before we get into the numbers, a quick heads up. This is for educational purposes, not financial or career advice. Salaries vary wildly by role and region, so always verify current requirements with the BCSP and IOSH directly. Right now, two heavyweight credentials dominate the safety industry: the Certified Safety Professional, or CSP, based out of the US, and the Chartered Member of IOSH, or CIOSH, out of the UK. We're going to compare how these two credentials actually perform in the real world. We'll look at three distinct global markets and calculate the exact return on investment for both. Because as we look toward 2026, the specific letters after your name serve as the primary requirement for senior leadership roles and geographic freedom. This animated timeline shows the core structural difference between the two pathways. The top track is the CSP, a standardized certification. The bottom track is CMIOSH, which is a chartered membership grade. To get the CSP, you need a bachelor's degree and 4 years of professional safety experience. Then you have to pass a grueling 5.5-hour exam covering 9 advanced safety domains. The trade-off is straightforward. You get the US gold standard credential, but you're committing to rigorous annual renewal fees and a strict cycle of recertification points. The CMIOSH track requires a completely different approach. It starts with an initial professional development phase, which means building a detailed portfolio of your practical work, followed by a rigorous peer review interview. Completing this process earns you Royal Charter status. In the UK and across the Commonwealth, that specific designation carries immense historic and professional prestige. The catch with CMIOSH is the time commitment. Instead of studying for a single high-stakes test, you are proving your competence through a highly involved, time-intensive portfolio building process. Neither pathway is inherently easier than the other. They are simply different testing mechanisms designed to satisfy fundamentally different regional corporate cultures. Let's look at the actual numbers, starting in the United States. The baseline median pay for general occupational health and safety roles sits right around $105,000. This table breaks down the salary data across regions. Notice the massive premium the CSP designation adds to that US baseline. Achieving it drives the median salary directly up to $120,000. Over in the UK, the baseline median pay for standard safety practitioners comes in at £50,000. But once a professional achieves chartered CMIOS status, that median automatically upgrades to £59,000. UK employers actively incentivize this growth. It is incredibly common for corporate firms to tie pay raises directly to an employee successfully achieving chartered status. If you are working within these domestic markets, lacking the native credential essentially locks you out of the highest earning percentiles. Things shift drastically when you look at the Gulf cooperation countries, like the UAE and Saudi Arabia. This is the ultimate tax-free expat proving ground, and both credentials command equal respect here. A standard HSE manager in the UAE typically earns between 22,000 and 44,000 dirhams a month, while directors can reach up to 75,000 dirhams. But the critical nuance of the Middle East market is this: the specific industry sector you work in matters far more than which of the two credentials you hold. Safety professionals operating in the oil and gas sector capture a massive 30 to 40% pay premium over their peers. That is a stark contrast to the lower standard pay bands offered in regional civil construction and engineering roles. You earn that premium by accepting harsh trade-offs. Oil and gas roles demand living in remote camps and enforcing extreme compliance in highly hazardous environments. While high salary bands naturally grab attention, the true determinant of your career trajectory is how effectively you navigate eligibility pathways and clear HR gatekeeping. To help professionals move across borders, the BCSP and IOSH have a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. This establishes formal cross-recognition between the two bodies. It's important to clarify that the MOU is a bridge, not a free pass. You still have to complete specific interviews or supplemental exams to cross over from one to the other. You'll need that flexibility because specific U.S. industries, like manufacturing and energy, use the CSP as a hard HR filter. Without it, your resume won't even reach the hiring manager for an executive role. In contrast, throughout the UK and European corporate consulting world, CMIOSH frameworks are the expected language of business. Shifting from a fixed salary site role to a billable corporate consultant has a significant financial impact, moving your compensation from company overhead to revenue generating. Holding elite credentials acts as an immediate trust signal in those rooms, allowing consulting firms to win lucrative client bids based on your verified expertise. This calculator shows the ROI math. Weighing the upfront costs of exams against the expected monthly salary bump, the logic becomes obvious. The break-even timeline is short. High initial exam costs are wiped out rapidly, especially in high-premium environments like the UAE. The upfront cost of testing is a minor entry fee compared to the increased earning potential these designations allow over a full career. This quadrant map provides a strategic framework based on location and ambition. US-based professionals prioritize the CSP for the highest domestic salaries. In the UK or Commonwealth, prioritize CMIOSH for local prestige. Middle East expats and global consultants utilize the MOU to hold both credentials. The trade-off of the dual credential strategy is that it requires maximum ongoing maintenance, but it effectively neutralizes all HR gatekeeping worldwide. Ultimately, the final salary multiplier isn't the acronym itself. It's how precisely that acronym aligns with your geographic reality and your industry focus. If you want to learn more about workplace safety and OSHA rules, subscribe to HSE Study.